So today is June 2nd, 2025, and today is day 6 of my water fast. But hold on, before you scroll, that's not what today's video is about. So, story time. So, I was getting ready to go to lunch today, and I was sitting at my desk. I had my purse in my lap as I was preparing to get ready to clock out for lunch. So, a man walked in, a customer. He walked in. Now, when he came inside the store, when he got to the sign-in desk, he already had an attitude. How do I know? Because discernment. So as he was signing in, he said, I just need to cancel my insurance. With an attitude. So when he said that, I said, okay, just sign in and have a seat. So as I said, sign in and have a seat, mind you, I'm looking down at my purse because I'm about to get ready to clock out for lunch. So as I said, sign in and have a seat, he started walking towards my desk to sit down at my desk. So I said, oh no, I mean have a seat over there in the lobby. So he goes ballistic. Okay, he goes ballistic. He started talking all loud and he did the absolute most. So as he was walking away or walking towards the door to leave out the store, he said, ma'am, you ain't gotta do me like that. You ain't gotta do me like that. I just came to cancel my insurance. Oh, y'all just treat people so nasty. You ain't gotta do me like that. You just so nasty. You ain't have to do me like that. And I'm looking confused. Like, cause if my mouth don't say it, my face will. And I'm looking, by that time, my manager, she sit at the desk in the very back of the store. So I see her peeping around the corner trying to see what's going on. My other co-worker that sit across from me on the other side, she looking lost and confused. I'm looking lost and confused. The girl, my other co-worker that sit in the back, everybody looking lost and confused, like, why he doing the most? Like, what happened? And so the whole time while he was yelling and acting up, the girl in the back was saying, sir, I can help you. But he was so busy being nasty and mean and loud to me that he couldn't hear her say, sir, I can help you back here. Hold on. So when he left out the door, let me show you how my face was. And I'm looking around and I'm like, what did I do? What did I say? Because I did not have attitude with this man at all. I wasn't rude. All I said was sign in, have a seat. So as he left, my manager said, what happened? So obviously she must have had on some headphones. So she only heard the tail end of the conversation. So I explained to her what happened. And so my other two co-workers who witnessed the whole incident, I asked both of them. I said, did I have an attitude? And they was like, no. I was like, well, was I rude? And they was like, no. And they looking like, what happened? Like, why he acting like that? So anyway, you know, they all agree I didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't have an attitude or whatever. So we just shaking our head like, man, people crazy. Like, we looking like, sir, what's wrong with you? Like, what's wrong with you? Mind you, remember now, mind you, before he even opened his mouth, when he got to that sign in this, I could discern that he already had attitude when he came in the store. Now check this out. Let me tell you about how God works, and let me tell you about the gift of being able to discern. So I'm still on my water fast. So I ain't eating no food or drinking nothing other than water. So I already had my hour lunch planned, which I'm on my lunch right now, what I was going to do for my hour lunch. I said, well, I had my mind already made up. I was like, I'm going to get my eyebrows done and my lashes done on my lunch. Because I've been looking like Tickle Me Elmo by the eyebrows lately. So I had it all planned out. So after he did the absolute most, I was like, man, I'm finna go. I clocked out, went on to get my eyelashes and my eyebrows done. So I work in a strip mall, like it's restaurants and Hibis and Foot Locker, and like everything is all right there in the vicinity of where I work. So I drive over across the street to go and get my lashes and my brows done. So I walked in or whatever, so I'm being serviced. I'm sitting, you know, in the chair, ready to be serviced. And the lady had done waxed my eyebrows and everything. And so I get a phone call. And I had my AirPod in one of my ears as I'm sitting in the desk. As I'm sitting in the chair. And so I answered the phone, but I almost didn't answer it because it was a Florida number. But I realized it was one of my coworkers. She had just gave me her number today. And so she called me while I was in the chair getting my lashes put on. So mind you, it's some tweezers by my eyeball, but some just said answer the phone. So before I answered, it said Florida, so I almost didn't answer because I didn't recognize the number, because I didn't save her number yet. But some just said answer the phone. So I answered, and she said, Sasha, this, well, I almost said her name. Oops, this such and such. I said, okay. I said, girl, I almost didn't answer the phone because I ain't recognize these numbers. She said, I know. She said, guess what? I said, what? She said, girl, that man came back. He drove all the way back. I'm talking about no sooner than I left. Like 15 minutes after the storm, I went and got my I went to the eyelash place. So this her calling me like 15 minutes later. She said, girl, he came back. So I'm thinking that he came back for part 2, round 2. No, let me tell you how God works. She said, guess what? I said, what? She said, that man, he came back to apologize. I said, oh, that was so big of him. She said, girl, yes, he came back and apologized and said he just got a lot going on. And when he said, when I came in, I had a lot going on and it didn't have nothing to do with y'all. And I just had a lot going on. But he said, I just want to apologize. I just want to say that I'm sorry. And I said, oh, that was so sweet. That was so big of him. I said, well, so I'm telling my coworker on the phone, I said, at least he held himself accountable and he humbled himself and he apologized. And she said, yeah, that's right. And she told him, she said, we all go through stuff. So I said that to say, be careful how you treat people and how you talk to people. Because first of all, we all going through something. I don't look like what I've been through. The things that I've been through, you would not believe what I've been through. And I'm still in my right mind. But let me tell you something. We all go through something. Guess what? Life get the best of me too. Life be lifing for me too. As a matter of fact, yesterday I was feeling discouraged. But hold on, I'll get to that. So just be careful how you treat people and how you talk to people. Because guess what? God put it on that man hard for him to come back and humble himself and apologize. And guess what? He did just that. He did just that because he felt bad. And you know what that is? That's called conviction. You see, a lot of times when we do things and say things out of anger and out of frustration, when you feel bad after that, you know, you feel guilty for saying something or doing something that you shouldn't have done. That's called conviction. That is God convicting you and letting you know that you're wrong and you need to humble yourself. And so because he felt convicted, God convicted him and humbled him. He was obedient, and he came back and apologized for his behavior. And you also know what that's called? Because he was obedient and because he was man enough to do that, that's called accountability. He held himself accountable, and he admitted that he was wrong. That's what being a man is. Accountability. He humbled himself. So I just wanted to say that. And guess what? I accept his apology. And guess what? My coworker, as we was talking on the phone, and he was, had apologized, she said, well, the lady, she ain't here. She gone on her lunch. Yes, I was gone, baby, because I was like, I ain't got time for this. So she was like, yeah, the lady ain't here. She gone on her lunch or whatever. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. I ain't even planning on really doing a video today for real. But I just wanted to share that. And I just want to say, you never know who is watching you. You never know. People are watching you. So be careful how you treat people. Be careful how you talk to people, because God has a way of humbling us. And he can and he will. And also, I just want to say this. Everybody going through something. Don't let social media make you feel like all these people got it going on. Because let me tell you something. I call Facebook because that's what it is. A lot of times these people portraying like they got perfect marriages and they just so this and so that, and they make so much money and they got this kind of car and they so in love with their spouse or their boyfriend and try to act like they all happy in love on social media and stuff. But guess what? Everything ain't always what it seems. People post what they want you to see. They post what they want you to believe. A lot of people living in a fantasy land on social media, but in real life, it really ain't that. So don't let what you see on social media discourage you. Because truth be told, a lot of us are going through something. And if you ain't going through nothing, either you done been through something, you're going through something, or you're gonna go through something in the future. One of the three. Everybody go through something. I don't care how good you think your life is or how good of a person you are, we all go through something, and life is life for a lot of us. So I completely understand. I understand his frustration. I promise you, I get it. All day yesterday was day 5 on my water fast. And guess what? All them little comfort foods and stuff that I like to eat when I'm feeling down and out or whatever, guess what? I couldn't eat none of that because I made a commitment that I wouldn't break my fast, and I haven't. And so even though I wanted to go and have a drink yesterday, a couple of drinks, I should say, yesterday, because I was feeling down and out, I couldn't. I thought about it. I said, no, I can't do that. I'm on my water fast. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do the fast in the first place, is because I wanted to be disciplined again. Have commitment, have dedication, follow through with what I said that I'm going to do without cheating. And so even yesterday, I felt discouraged all day yesterday. I felt weak because I had not ate no food in 5 days. But even though I felt discouraged, this too shall pass. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. Be humble. Be meek. Because you never know what somebody else is going through. Some of us don't look like what we've been through. I've literally been through the fire, the hurt, the rain, the pain, all that. So just do right by people. Treat people right. Be kind. Be considerate. Don't be narcissistic. Be careful how you treat people. Because you reap what you sow. And people are watching you. On that note, have a great day. See you in the next video. Shalom.